In 1929, the world did not end because the circuit of exchange broke. The Great Crash of 1929 was a crisis of speculation. The system broke because money stopped moving. People had jobs, factories produced goods, but the flow of credit and confidence snapped shut. Machines stood idle in silent factories because no one could afford to buy what they made. The Great Depression followed. Jobs vanished. Families starved. The economic engine seized from a breakdown connecting workers, wages, and goods. It was a failure of the financial plumbing. Today, in 2026, we face a different kind of crash. The danger is not that machines stop, but that they work too well. They are beginning to perform the cognitive labor of millions for a tiny fraction of the cost. People still want to work and earn a living, but their labor is rapidly losing economic value. The system could break in a new way, not from lack of goods, but from a lack of buyers who cannot earn. A crash of utility, not speculation. It is about the assumption that human labor has marketable value. Think of a paralegal making $60,000. Now imagine an AI that reviews documents, drafts legal summaries, and checks citations for a few dollars of electricity. The paralegal's job becomes economically irrational. This is not incremental. It is a structural earthquake threatening the middle-class foundation. AI will automate entire jobs at scale. Mass unemployment, collapse in consumer demand, and commercial real estate shattering. For a century, a white-collar job was a ticket to stability. It used the mind, not the muscles. It meant a desk, a salary, and a place in the vast middle class. Now that entire category faces an existential threat. We must define a new term: functional unemployment, not being between jobs, but a permanent condition where skills no longer command a living wage. By 2030, functional unemployment in routine white-collar work could reach 40 to 60%. This is an extrapolation of current trends. Pattern recognition, information synthesis, structured communication are precisely what AI systems excel at. Junior accountants, marketing analysts, software coders, customer service reps, administrative assistants, entry-level lawyers, journalists. The AI need not be perfect, only good enough and cheap enough. It writes emails, generates reports, and debugs code more cheaply than humans. A salary is the single largest cost for most service companies. The incentive to cut that cost is immense and relentless. The machine works 24 hours a day, asks for no raise, takes no vacation, requires no benefits. Its efficiency is unmatched. Past automation displaced, then re-employed, farm hands to factories, and factory workers to services. Now, machines target the service sector itself. There is no massive new sector waiting to absorb the displaced. The final destination for labor is being automated. Growth will decouple from employment. Profits can soar while human headcount plummets. A world where the machine stays and the worker carries the box. A salary is more than a number. It is the gear that turns time into buying power. Buying power fuels cars, houses, subscriptions, coffee. Eliminate 40 to 60% of salaries and you erase the consumer base. We enter a bizarre, destabilizing economy. Digital goods and AI services plummet toward zero. Plans, logos, music, available for pennies. Information, entertainment, digital creation become abundant. But physical reality turns scarce. AI demands electricity, land, and water. Chips need rare earths. A movie costs $0. Bread skyrockets. You can generate 1,000 dream homes and not afford rent. Your phone does magic. Your stomach is empty. Production and consumption unlink in a way AI cannot solve. The first visible casualty will be our cities. Skylines are monuments to white-collar work, engines powering dense ecosystems. Workers ride trains, buy lunches, shop, pay for services. Companies pay massive rents and taxes. Functional unemployment guts office floors. Demand doesn't soften, it collapses. Why pay downtown rent when AI runs in remote data centers? Vacancies could climb to 70 or 80%. Glass towers become hollow monuments. Then come municipal finances. Global hubs depend on commercial property taxes. Reappraisals crater revenues. Schools, police, firefighters, sanitation, roads, services crumble. Higher taxes trigger flight. Borrowing becomes punitive. Bankruptcies follow. Modern governments run on income and payroll taxes. It worked because growth meant jobs and automatic tax receipts. Those funded defense and safety nets. AI enables growth without hiring. Value up tenfold, while payroll taxes wither. Functional unemployment spreads. The income tax base evaporates. Millions shift from contributors to dependents. A terrifying scissor effect. Less revenue, more need. Tax the source? Compute resists borders. AI workloads route across borders in milliseconds. Heavy taxes send processing to havens. A global race to the bottom ensues. The state slowly starves, deprived just when it is needed most. Yesterday's scarcities were capital and labor. Today's scarcities are compute and energy, models, code, data, commodities copied at near zero cost. But the infrastructure is expensive and fixed. The true currency, megawatt hours and cooling water. Dominant firms become energy and logistics companies. They vertically integrate to secure power. Next-gen nuclear, giant solar, geothermal wells, exclusive water rights for cooling. Compute cartels become quasi-sovereign. Control compute and energy, surpass states in practical power. They run information, logistics, even state infrastructure. When grids strain, do servers get priority or citizens? Expect rolling blackouts for the public while data halls burn brighter than ever. Faced with mass unemployment and unrest, governments will reach for the printing press, guided by modern monetary theory. Money is created to fund universal basic income. But the money pours into a broken economy chasing limited goods. Houses, harvests, gasoline. Do not increase on cue. AI can print poems, not wheat, copper, or land. Not inflation, hyperstagflation. Digital prices fall toward zero, an illusion of wealth. But real things soar. Food, energy, housing, clothing. $5,000 a month sounds generous, until bread is $50 and rent $10,000. Paper value high, purchasing power decimated. The UBI Mirage, the feeling of security without the reality. Screens overflow with free content while cupboards stay bare. When essentials become unaffordable, the state is forced to act again. It moves beyond money to direct provision. Rationing. Basic calories in standardized packages at state centers. Housing shifts to high-density, state-managed blocks. Energy becomes strictly metered and limited. Transportation restricted to public systems. Internet becomes filtered and tiered. A rigid two-tier society emerges. Top, the compute class. Owners of models, engineers, and energy controllers. Living outside rationing. Private abundance and protection. Bottom, the ration class. Living on UBI and rationed goods. Stable but constrained. Choices limited, consumption monitored, no path upward, no middle ground. The old contract breaks. Survival trades for compliance. How do you manage a society with no economic purpose? How do you keep millions from restlessness, anger, revolt? The state and compute cartels converge on an answer: digital escapism. When jobs vanish, so do routine, status, purpose. The same AI will spin up persistent, photorealistic worlds. There, a person can be a hero, a billionaire, a celebrated artist, a beloved leader. Adventure, romance, accomplishment. Absent in the physical, abundant in the virtual. Bred in circuses, now personalized, interactive, and endless. Available 24 hours a day. Not violent oppression, quiet, voluntary surrender. A mass withdrawal into private digital worlds. Despair hidden behind smiling avatars. Deprived of agency, the human spirit withers. This picture is stark by design. It clarifies the consequences of our trajectory. It is plausible if AI development, cost-cutting, and consolidation go unchecked. Our system requires buyers who earn through labor. If technology makes labor worthless, the system breaks. The cascade is logical. Unemployment to demand collapse to city and state failure. Printing money eases unrest, but triggers hyperstagflation in essentials. Rationing hardens a two-class world. Machines do not turn evil. They succeed. Our institutions fail to adapt. We risk technological abundance amid personal poverty and purposelessness. We may build a future with no economic need for our children. This is about our fundamental value. If a machine does your job better, faster, cheaper, then what are you worth in a system that values utility alone? 1929 broke the banks. The AI era breaks the human contract. The market of labor for life gives way to resource management of compute and power. Machines integrate first, then overtake tier by tier. Functional unemployment swells beyond retraining. Cities, credit, and tax bases wither. Power is rationed to servers, not citizens. Rations replace markets for essentials. Digital soma pacifies the underclass. The question is not when the market recovers, but what you are worth in a world that does not need your work, and whether we can redesign the contract before it fails.